Well, Rob Tuvey, you ask any club about going to Accrington Stanley, and going there to get a result and also to get a 5-1 win. How important and impressive was that at the head of another week?
Yeah, no, it's obviously massive. The morale in the squad has been really, really good all the way through. But no, it's massive. I think it's given the players that extra belief in what we've been doing. I think the elements of the performance have been there in the previous few weeks as well. I think that if you look at the stats of the Plymouth game, they're basically exactly the same as the stats that were on Saturday, and the difference was that in both boxes we had that ruthless edge, and I think that's something that we've really worked hard on that. But yeah, the elements of all our performances I think come together on Saturday, and we showed probably more of an edge in other aspects of our play. I thought we played really well in picking up second balls, and in both boxes we were absolutely ruthless, so no, really, really pleased with it.
Basal, you know him very well. He was targeting a Ballon d'Or after Shrewsbury. What did he have to say after his performance against Accrington?
Yeah, no, you can see he's growing with confidence in every performance that he's putting in at the moment, and that's really good to see. I think that he's becoming a bit of a marked man, which is what he had at under 18s, and now he's experiencing that in the first team. But that's for him now to problem solve. But we know his potential. There's more to come from him for sure. He will set himself individual targets, I know that, and he set himself goal targets from now to the end of the season. But overall, it's just about getting his development right, and me and Robbo and the rest of the staff sitting down and making sure that long term we get his development right, whether that's him having a consistent run of games in the first team, or whether we take him out here and there, and making sure that we're still sitting down with him on the videos and looking at how we can improve his game as well, because he's still a young player.
But we were saying to Ollie Palmer, of course, as well on Saturday, that the fact of having him and Ayub in the side as well, does that sort of like increase the chances that we'll see Joe Pigott get past the 20 goals for this season, because he's been really well shackled by opposition defences, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think people talk a lot about Joe's goals, but his overall team play has been absolutely fantastic for us, and I think that the biggest thing that me and Robbo have realised watching Joe is that his work rate for the team has gone up a notch, and his work to take pressure off of other people around him has gone unnoticed, I think. So although he wasn't amongst the goals for a few games, I think the work he done for the team to create chances for others was up there. So we're really, really happy with Joe. His overall game is, we feel, improved, and yeah, long may it continue.
Ipswich Town, of course, we're focusing on now, the first of 2 games coming up against them. Amazing to see a side that won the UEFA Cup so many years ago in this level, but as far as we're concerned, philosophy's still the same there, 11 versus 11.
Definitely, always 80% us, 20% them. That never changes regardless of who we're playing. Piggott's gone in and done a really good job there, and they're really hard to break down. You can see in their recent results they don't concede many goals, so it's a tough game for us, but one that we're relishing really, and all the games we believe we can go into any game in this division and pick up points at the moment. So that hasn't changed. That was the same before Accrington, and that will be here long after that as well. So yeah, we feel that any game that we go into, we're going there to pick up 3 points, and if we can match the performance that we do on Saturday and go again with a bit more extra edge, then yeah, we're a match for anyone.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Pigott, because I mean we saw it at Sunderland as well. Both those big clubs, they're kind of adapting to this level now, getting managers that know this level of football, don't they?
Yeah, I think obviously you get changes of managers throughout the season, and some take off straight away and some are slow burners. But no, he's done really, really well since he's gone in, and obviously they're starting to adapt to his brand of football. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow night it doesn't work for him, but I'm sure long term they'll be fighting up at the right end of the table.
Couple of disciplinary matters to clear up with you. Ben Hennigan, there's nothing we can do about that. He is suspended, of course, but Dan Choker, he played in that development game last week. Is he going to be available?
Yeah, so Dan's available. So Dan will be available for selection, and obviously it's a good opportunity for Dan and PK to sort of go up to each other, go against each other now for the spot that Ben won't be available for tomorrow night. So yeah, it's good competition from them. I brought them in yesterday to just sort of freshen them up a little bit. So they've had 2 good sessions ahead of tomorrow night. So now it's for Robbo to sit down and decide which one of them deserves their opportunity. But they've both been pushing, and they've both done really, really well in training. So we know that either one that comes in, they'll be ready.
As with regards to the rest of the team news, when you got to about 5-1 on Saturday, which was fantastic, but that kind of luxury as well, I suppose, to take players off with Ipswich in mind on Tuesday, yeah?
Yeah, no, it was a nice luxury to have, but what we've just said in the meeting there is the finishers that come on individually, we thought they'd done well, but as a collective, we sort of lost our shape and we lost our edge a little bit when the subs were made. And I think it's important for everyone in the building to make sure that we continue the great work that the boys have done. The starters start something and they get us in that lead, and we've got to come on and we've got to make sure that we take it up another notch, really. So that was the message that we sent to the finishers. They've been great in previous weeks. They've come on and made an impact in most of the games, and they did it again on Saturday. But this will be a squad that wins this. So Bezo says it all the time, but it's a team to start and a squad to finish, and that's so true.
How's everybody else in terms of team news for Tuesday?
Yeah, no changes in terms of the squad. Only change will be probably Dan Schocker coming into the squad, and a couple of youngsters who have done really well lately. They're sort of pushing and knocking on the door. So we've got some 23s names coming up. So but that 23s the other day, Corey Andrews, Zach Robinson, they all really done well. So they're knocking on the door as well to come into the squad.
On the subject of which as well, we've also heard that the London Senior Cup game against Balham's going to be at Plough Lane. So that's an interesting one to figure into the diary, yeah?
Yeah, so that'll be happening next Thursday. So again, that's really good because it means that we can get under 18s, 23s, another game at Plough Lane, a competitive game against men oppositions, and any players that are coming back from injuries, they could potentially feature as well. So yeah, that's exciting. Game under the lights at Plough Lane, and we look forward to welcoming a local side in Balham to that. So it's a cup that we look to go and win, and it means more competition within the building.
Just final word, of course, on the weekend as well. It was great to see Robbo and Ollie both included in the EFL and League One team of the day. It's credit as well, I suppose, to the squad, but also to yourself, the backroom staff, for that performance, and something that we want to see more of in terms of recognition for performances in the future, yeah? Yeah,
definitely. I think individual accolades are great, but to see, we want to get the whole team in there, ideally, and that's where we'll never stop until we do that. It is a team game, but the work that Robbo's done since he's come in has been really phenomenal, really, and the way that he's got the boys playing and the way that he's got a squad togetherness, I think has been so key. So he deserves it.